members are Carlos and Datrick, and here's Lucia and Bobby, and myself, Karen. So, how we came up with this. Carlos came up with this idea of building a structure, I'm sure it was, as you can see here, we wanted to build a structure that had to do with education. First, we wanted to build Blaine, the college, but then we thought that we should build the elementary to give more of a visual on education. Some of the concepts we will cover is, Carlos here will cover perception, and Datrick will cover nonverbals, and we have here Lucia that will cover the conclusion, and Bobby with the conflict and power. So I'll leave you here with Carlos that will talk about perception with you.
Thank you, Karen. So I'd like to talk about perception and how it relates to our group activity. The three concepts I put together is nonverbals, decode thoughts, and interpretation. So we got with the nonverbals, when our group first met and got together, we met as a group and observed each other's nonverbals. Silence, little eye contact, and unsteady hands and feet were some of the nonverbals we noticed from each other. And then we started decoding our thoughts. After doing our best to decode our nonverbals, we began listening to each other's thoughts when we spoke to each other as a group. We conveyed exchanged information from our group, evolving into a new perception than from the one we started with in the beginning. Then, interpretation. When interacting in our group project, I noticed we all come from different backgrounds. We may sometimes say things that mean one thing to us, but it may have a different meaning to someone else. We learned that good communication increases interpretation clarity and conflict avoidance. And you with Datrick with nonverbals. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Datrick Swafford. As a group, we decided on what chapters we were going to do through a hat, through Carlos's hat, and I picked out nonverbals, and some of the nonverbals I encountered in our group was eye contact, and we use eye contact to give our cues. And I noticed eye contact in our group with Carlos, that he was tired through this process and trying to deal with his personal business and school and his life, and as well as all of us. I learned a lot from this group when we first came together. I didn't know was we going to do this project or were we going to just even come together, and we did. I came in this group trying to be gung-ho with it and trying to make sure and hopefully that we'll get it done, and I came out and wrong with it to where we started having conflict. And gestures that wasn't good, it was, I learned a lot from this group, where I don't have to always try to, just try to be the first one to try to make everything right. It's not my place. This is a group, and we all came together to do this project, and Lucia was outstanding. we had some conflict at the beginning to where I said some things that was inappropriate, and somehow we bypassed that, and, you know, it made me feel good to have Lucia, you know, come up to me and ask me what was going on, are you okay, you know, how she was communicating and using self-awareness, you know, as a tool to keep the group going. And I want to pass it on to Bobby. And Bobby's going to talk about conflict and power.
All right, so I have conflict and power, and I will say being in this class, interpersonal communications, has been a real eye-opener. Going through all these chapters and realizing how much we actually do use and having an understanding and meaning to it. With this project, Carlos' idea was building the sugar cube structure. I'll say there really wasn't a whole lot of conflict within our group, but Carlos did bring the expertise currency, which you guys know, as we said, you hear currency is value. He brought value to the group because he had knowledge of what the path we were going to go on. So that was awesome to have. To build this project, and even from the beginning, we had to, come up with a name of our group. We had to come up with a, kind of project we were going to do. So there was a lot of collaboration and, in agreement with each other and what we were going to be doing. In order to be successful in a group project, everybody has to be in an agreement and, to move forward and helping each other in completing something as we did. Something else that stood out to me was the symmetrical relationship within our group was complete balance. Our table was pretty even. Everybody worked together, sharing ideas, and working together as a group worked out really well. I'll say that it was very challenging in the beginning. I understand why this is such a great idea for this type of class for communications, because we actually had to work together. We actually didn't even know each other hardly at all, but we came together as a group and were able to really communicate and learn, a lot about each other, and completing the project and also our book. Come together and putting and assembling together as a group was pretty amazing. I enjoyed everybody in our group. And Lucia, how's our conclusion?
Hi, I'm Lucia, and I'm going to conclude. Our conclusion in this social group is that 3 of the 12 concepts that we learn in our interpersonal communication show up as perception, nonverbal, and conflict and power. Perception in our group was, in the beginning, show totally different because our group, I think each of us, we have a different perception as how, at the beginning and how comparing to the end. Nonverbal, in the beginning, we are enforce our communication with our nonverbal because we really didn't know each other, and conflict and power. In our project, they reflect because we have sometimes different points, but as a group, we worked on it and we went through very successful. Our learning from this activity is they show this project. They show us how the interpersonal communication concepts reflect in real life. How they look and how we can see it. Other things that we learn about this is they reflect our strengths and weakness and how we can improve our communications. Another thing that we have from this project is how efficiency we can be in interpersonal communication, and all these concepts that we learn about through this project and through the class that we have from 10 weeks is going to be how helpful can be for our career, because any career that we have, we're going to need to do interpersonal communication. Thank you.